Welcome to Critical Solutions, the show where two unqualified guys try to solve the world's problems. I'm your host, Josh Martin.
I'm also your host, Mason Volk. How's it going today, Josh?
Not bad, man. Not bad. It's Friday, so checked the bank account and saw there's not a lot in there after buying some Blink-182 tickets.
Oh, yeah? Well, at least, you got something fun, it sounds like. You're not just broke for no reason.
True, yes. It's like a love-hate relationship with the moment. I don't know if did you see anything about all that? How
No.
buying the tickets was a big fiasco? Oh, man. So they were super expensive and everybody's making jokes that it's like they're Blink 1082 now, because that's what it took to buy tickets for them and all this stuff. But it's definitely like a Ticketmaster issue. So that's one thing I would love to bitch about today is how shitty Ticketmaster is. I know everybody's kind of rehashed. Like John Oliver has his own episode about the whole debacle.
Oh, does he really?
Yeah, it's not good because, well, the biggest issue, one, it's just everything's inflated. Like if you look at ticket prices back, I don't know, like even 20 years ago versus now, obviously inflation will make that higher, but they're drastically higher. And it's just from pumping it from Ticketmaster because they're a monopoly now because Live Nation owns them. So they control all of ticketing. Like they do a lot of sports ticketing, all that sorts of stuff.
Okay.
And they own the venues now, most of the venues. So if you want to perform at that venue, you have to go through Ticketmaster. So like the artists are forced to go through them.
Doesn't seem right.
How's that not monopoly status?
Yeah, that definitely sounds like monopoly type shit.
Yeah, big horse shit. So that was a interesting day. So have you had to buy tickets to a huge show like that before?
Not through Ticketmaster. But yeah, I've had to buy tickets before that.
Like
the process wasn't always the easiest. Yeah, I went to Wiz Khalifa like 2 years ago, I think. 3 years ago,
Hell
maybe.
Yeah.
Shit was fun. But yeah,
Who was
buying
he with?
tickets was... He went with Schoolboy Q, French Montana.
Oh.
I'm really sad I missed it because the next year he came to Charlotte with Snoop Dogg.
Oh, was that?
I missed that one.
I saw that tour. So that must
came
have been
to
your
Indy
performance. I missed that one with Schoolboy Q. That would have been sick, dude.
Yeah, it was a sick one. There's other people there who are also big that I'm forgetting right now. But yeah, it was a good concert.
That's dope. Okay. Nice. Okay, so you had to kind of deal with it then a bit, I imagine.
And I actually don't remember where we got our tickets from. I think one of my friends actually bought my ticket for me. But
nice.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't remember there being too many issues. Tickets were a little bit expensive, but it wasn't that bad, to be honest with you.
One of the biggest fees is the best part, how it's like processing fees and convenience fees. I bought it online. There's no moving materials. You're sending me a digital thing.
What exactly am I paying for? What's the processing that's going on?
Dude, and it scales. So like the fees are a percentage of the ticket. It's not even like a flat $3 fee. That, whatever. Still bullshit. Like when you pay rent and they're like, if you're paying with an e-check or something, there's a fee. But if you give me a physical check where I have to have humans move it around and do things, it's cheaper, even though that costs more labor.
It makes no sense. And even that, honestly, is like not like processing fees in general just make no sense to me unless it's something like actually like if money isn't being spent to process whatever it is, why am I paying a processing fee?
Exactly, dude. Yes, you nailed it on the head. And then on top of it, put the fee into the advertised price.
Fuck, hold on. Fuck, dude.
That was so good. And like watching you, that was hilarious.
How are we gonna deal with that? My mom just came in to show me a dog that she was gonna get.
All right, here's a solution so Mason just got interrupted during recording. So immediate problem, immediate solution. We need to get, I thought about this, some like a sign says I'm recording, but this one dude I saw on Reddit, he worked from home and he has little kids and he put a light strip around his door and he had 3 different colors. Green, they can come in. Yellow, they need to knock. Red, don't even knock.
Yeah, no, 100%.
Pretty genius.
And here's the thing is like, it's a little bit my fault what just happened just now. Because So I mentioned it. We were talking about it. We had a whole podcast episode about it a couple weeks ago, where we were both talking about living at home. There's some inconveniences here and there. One of the inconveniences that just happened. My mom came in to show me a dog.
Priorities,
it's
man.
100% my fault because I could have texted in our little family group chat and just been like, "Yo, I'm recording a podcast. Like, just everyone fuck off for a little bit."
Now I want to know: was it cute enough to warrant the interruption?
It was a cute fucking dog, dude.
What kind of dog was it?
I don't even know. She's going through like shelters and stuff to. I don't. So like a lot of times
getting
shelters,
a dog?
they won't know. She is, yeah. I mean, I'm moving out soon, so yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's the best though, because then when it's annoying, you just leave, but then you get all the fun when you come back and.
Yeah, exactly. I don't have to deal with it shitting in the house and stuff. I can just come over and play with it. So
that's dope.
Dude,
okay,
my sister just got a dog recently too. His name's Coda. I don't know. Have you ever seen Brother Bear?
Yes, long in theaters. Long
you
time
remember
ago.
Coda from Brother Bear?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Coda, yeah.
That's so much better than naming it Bear.
All right. Yeah, I think Bear's a cool name too, though. My roommate used to have a dog named Bear.
I don't dislike it. It's just so overplayed. Like everyone knows someone who named their dog Bear. Oh yeah.
I mean my roommate's, I should say, used to be my roommate, but he he's the only person I've ever met whose dog name is Bear.
Really? Dude, I can name like 4 dogs I know that are
I mean, it's
previously
a cute
known,
name, but it's a cute name.
No, I like that. Yeah, because especially when they look like one, I'm like, dope. This works out. Yeah. So I like what you did though, or she did. I'm sorry, because it's like a bear name, but
yeah, and it's like Coda's like the little like baby bear, and their dog is like their little baby dog. So he's cute. He's a pisser though. He pisses every time he sees someone right now.
He's a pisser. That's hilarious.
It's funny whenever he comes over here. Whenever like we go over. Basically, whenever I see him, the first time I see him, I have to be outside so that he doesn't piss anywhere that he's not supposed to. I think it's just because he's a puppy and he gets excited. Yeah.
Yeah. Small bladder problems.
He'll grow out of it.
Yeah, that's cute though. If you get interrupted for a dog, that's okay. I'm a big dog guy. That works.
Yeah, it was worth it at least. She came in, I muted my mic and everything. I was like, I'm recording a podcast. And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. I'm like, well, it's already done. Show me what you need to show me. And she's like,
dude, your face though, that was good. Because now that we're on video, people can watch. Your reaction was pretty good to that. I liked it.
Yeah.
Also, I wanted to say I'm really jelly of the beard. I think I've said this before, but
you're jelly.
Dude, it just looks like, it looks just shaved and everything. And nope. It ain't happening.
Oh, thank you, buddy. I didn't expect to be gassed up so much.
Well, it's more I'm shitty. You grow a better beard than me, and I'm older.
Well, I mean, you have a better mustache than me. I think everyone can agree on that. The mustache is hard, bro. But no, that's one reason. If you're not on YouTube, go watch this on YouTube so you can see our
now you can see our dumbasses
facial hair.
Yeah. So anyway,
back to what we were actually talking about.
The fees. If they baked it into the price, a lot more understandable. You know what I mean? Just inflate the price of the ticket. Just charge more because people are still paying it. I'm fucking proof. This is the most I've ever spent on a show, and I've been to 33 shows.
Well, and nobody goes to buy tickets to a concert that they like really want to go to, and then they're like, oh shit, this processing fee. Guess I can't go. Like,
yeah,
they know people are gonna pay it.
Maybe you're onto something. So if the listed price is too high, people won't even click. But if they get there and it's in the cart, let me backtrack a little bit. So this whole process, that I like what you're saying. Maybe there is something to that, because if you already have it in the cart and you see that fee, you're like, screw it, I've already got here. I'm doing it anyway. But if it was advertised, they might not have got to that point.
Well, like, how much was your processing fee? I feel like it's never that much to really make a difference.
Oh no, it scales. So it was a lot. The fee itself for each ticket was like, I think almost, hold on. It was almost 200 for total.
The processing fee?
Yeah. Oh yeah. So if the more expensive the ticket, the more expensive the processing fee is. So it's just an extra tax. That's all they're doing.
How much was the ticket?
For 2 tickets, it was just shy of $1,000.
Oh my God.
It's Blink,
that is
bro.
insane.
I gotta see Blink.
Including the processing fees, or the processing fees tacked on top of that?
total.
Okay, so
I spent. So there's some things that
still it's 2/3 of the ticket. Like
it's a shitload, dude. So the other things that are included includes parking. I'm seeing them in Chicago. So like parking in Chicago, a lot of money, whatever. But I'm not even going to use that because we're going to Uber. But
yeah,
it's a
whatever.
VIP thing. So they paywall the closer seats behind VIP. So if you want to get close, you got to buy VIP, and it comes with other bullshit you probably don't want. So we get like a laminate, another VIP item. I don't even know what it is, but it comes with 2 drink tickets, and there's like an exclusive bar only VIP people go to, so you can get like
Okay.
quicker drink. So some of this will kind of is going to be beneficial. Like
Yeah, you definitely could probably get a cheaper ticket if you just bought a regular,
right,
like a
but I try to get as close as possible for all the
right.
shows I go to. So I don't even know where the closest non VIP was. So we're like row 4 or something. So we're really close. But the whole with the scaling of the fee, if they put it in now, you can sort by show prices including fees. So it kind of
Okay.
helps, but like, why just make it into the
Well,
listing price?
and another thing you said, kind of like you said that the parking is included, but you're not even going to park there.
Right. So I think I can sell it.
So take that out, make parking a separate thing, because you know how many people are
Right.
probably Ubering to that thing.
Right. Especially Chicago. So it's already densely populated, so you don't have to necessarily drive too far because we're going to stay near it anyway, whatever hotel we're
Right.
getting. But to touch back on the good point you made of how the fees, like you'll just pay it. You're not going to not pay it since you're already there.
Well, I might backtrack on that. If the fee is $200, I might not go.
Yeah, dude. But so I guess if you're not sorting by show price with fee, including fees, you're going to be a lot more sticker shock. But I expected seeing that on there.
Mm-hmm.
But just getting the tickets in your fucking cart is the whole crutch of the whole thing.
Yeah, 100%.
So you get in this queue 10 minutes early, and then it loads you in finally when like you get in a waiting room. I'm sorry, 10 minutes early. Then you load into the queue. And then every time I've done this, I bought Rage Against the Machine tickets, all this stuff. That was a funny story. I was late to work because I was in the queue for so long, and I called and I was like, dude, I'm not missing this. I got to get these tickets. Fucking dumb. But every time it pops in, it says 2,000 plus people ahead of you. I've never gotten past that. So there's bots. Not saying because I never have, but nobody ever gets that far. I feel like so bots ruin it. They need to mitigate the bot issue that go in and buys tickets
Right.
immediately.
Easier said than done, probably.
They could fucking do it. They make so much money. They just don't care because then it gets resold and they get a cut of that too. There's a whole watch. I'll send you that John Oliver video. We'll post here. I'll post the link to that John Oliver video. It breaks us down a little better in our socials. So follow us on Instagram. We'll post there about it. It's a whole chore just to get the tickets. So I finally get in there. It loads in. My brother's doing it with me as well because we were going together. So we're trying to see if we hit it from 2 sides. Whoever can get tickets first. You finally load in. It shows available seats. By the time you click it, add to cart, it says, "Oops, somebody beat you to it." Like it says something along those lines.
Yeah.
So I clicked 40 something times, different take. Whatever the closest seat popped up, I was just clicking, throwing it in. It wasn't even reading too much about it. So I finally got it. Like it went into the cart and like it started the processing of buying it. Then like those fees pop up. If you try doing that for 25 minutes, like it took me 20 something minutes just to get that done.
Yeah.
You're not going to be like, oh, I'm going to back out. Because then you back out, you run the risk of not even getting tickets in general. Then you're paying resale and you're going to pay more anyway.
Well, yeah, because they make you do all that work. And then you get there and it's like, oh, and by the way, yeah, throw in 200 more. You know, like.
Yep. So you nailed it right there.
It's really hard to be like, maybe I don't want to go because you just spent all that time.
I agree. Yeah, dude, because it's sunken cost fallacy. I've already invested this much. Do I want to keep doing it?
Right. So
for Blink, yes, I did.
Yeah. So and it probably works for most people.
Do you listen to them, by the way?
Blink 182?
Yeah.
No, not really.
Okay, that's fair. I was just curious. So you're probably like, God damn, you're an idiot. You spent all this money to go see these fuckers.
I know, man. I mean, it's all about like, I don't know. Everybody likes different music. You know, if you're a huge Blink 182 fan, it's worth it for you to go. You know, so
and the
problems. Sorry, you go for it.
I've learned the hard way with shows. If I want to see somebody and they're an older band, I'm like, oh, I'll see them next time, and then they like happen to have like health complications or like I did that with Tom Petty, and I was like, oh, I'll see him next year because he always came to Indy all the time.
Love Tom Petty.
and he fucking died. I was so upset, and I was like, I'm sad he died, and I was like, I never got to see him, so that
Yeah.
always sticks in my mind. And then with Blink, Mark is one of the main guys. He had pretty bad cancer last year, the year before, so
Hmm.
like I got to see him. You know what I mean? Plus, even say he didn't, they're just older. Like you want to see older bands, but
Right. That's how it was for me, kind of going back a generation or two. But like I started becoming a really big Mac Miller fan like right around the time that he died. Like
oh no shit,
I started
that's
listening to his
tough.
music probably like a couple months before that happened.
Ugh.
And so
That was
like
the
right as I was getting real into him, he died and I was like, damn, like I was literally
that's tough,
just
dude.
thinking about like looking up his tour dates and stuff like that. Like
Was that one
so
of the first? That was for me the first like celebrity death where it like felt more of a it's like oh so and so died. I was like oh man, like it almost felt like a friend
yeah.
died.
Yeah, no, for sure. It probably was the first for me too, because I honestly can't really think of a lot of celebrity deaths at all that happened before
Yeah,
that, at least not ones that like I followed. But
right.
like the next one after that was like who I forget who was next.
Juice
It was
World was
either
around
Juice
then.
WRLD or Kobe, but both of those two hit me in the same way. I don't remember which one was first.
Kobe's was nuts. I thought that was fake. My friend texted me that, and I was
Dude,
like
same.
funny, and he's like no I'm not kidding, and then I saw it on ESPN. I was like oh my god,
That's what,
so
yeah, I woke up
random.
and my roommate was like, "Yeah, dude, Kobe was in a helicopter accident." And I was like, "He was in a helicopter accident? Give me a break." Like he was like, "No, dude, like he's dead, like he died." I was like, "No way." And then like I mean, not to get super sad on the pod, but like his daughter being with him and everything like that,
Yeah,
like
dude,
it
heavy
just seems
shit.
so surreal and like Kobe was one of those people in my mind who was like not really, but you kind of think of him as almost like invincible. It's like
Yeah,
he's
no, he
just
has that
like that
persona.
dude, you know?
Him and
So
Michael Jordan has that persona for sure.
yeah, so it's definitely, and it goes along the same lines with with the concert stuff. Is like if I could have gone and like, obviously he was retired, I guess at that point, but like if I could have seen Kobe play live, like
Spend dumb
that's
money.
right. It like I totally would have,
Okay,
especially knowing what I know now. So
that makes sense. So
it's one of
that's
those
how
things
I.
you want to see the people you follow like while you have the chance.
Yeah, that's how I kind of justified it. And then like with all the VIP crap, somebody made a good point to like sell the parking pass. I was like, shit, that's a good idea. I bet I could sell that for like $100 because I think it's parking at United Center. So like you're there, like that's gonna be expensive parking regardless. So that
Yeah,
recoup some money. I mean, the way I look at it, say I could do that, then that's $100 spent on the drinks I would spend there.
true.
Because I don't normally drink at shows because I'm usually general admission. I don't want to lose my spot. So this will be one I'm like, hey, I can actually like drink because I have a chair. So
Yeah.
we'll see how it goes. But the
Well,
whole
shows become
processing,
so much better when you're drinking. So much better, man.
yeah, like 'cause I don't want to get to the point where I don't remember it or can't enjoy it. But when I think of like one of my favorite shows, it was when I was drinking more. It was my favorite band though, when I saw Kings of Leon.
Yeah,
But
so maybe it's a little bit, but also, you just enjoy things more when you're drinking. But I get where you're
yeah,
coming from with like general admission. You don't really want to get drink because especially like not only losing your seat, but also like walking through the crowd. Like back there, it's so tight
it's dense,
and like
dude.
I mean, you have to like push through. Like dense is like the perfect word. Just like push through, just like mounds of people.
Yeah, man. And like say you're there early, and usually it's one or you have one or another person with you, so they try to hold your spot. You're like, I gotta go to the bathroom or something, and you leave. If I've learned to get like some concert etiquette going to the people around me, like, hey, I gotta go to the bathroom. I want to come back
Yeah,
to the people around them, so they're not like I'm leaving and they try to take your spot or something.
right.
Because if you try to come back, some people are straight assholes, and they're like, I'm not gonna let you through like further back, and they don't know what was going on. I was like, I was already up there. I'm trying to come back. So like even doing
Yeah,
that's annoying. So it's a whole like etiquette thing. Sometimes people either don't understand or like it's just me going to a bunch of shows I've learned. Like I tell people, everyone around me, because usually they'll help. They're like, they're already here, and they like help coerce the other people to let you through. But you're
yeah.
so right about the density of that, dude. So like I know people hate like get claustrophobic about it, but to me that is so fun. I love being smashed in and like
Oh,
going ham
it's
at a show.
there's something really fun about it to where I mean I think we mentioned this on another pod recently too. It might have been the last one actually, where we're talking about how a lot of people you get thousands of people together to support like the same dude that like made the same.
Yeah,
And it's just like being
it's
just like shoulder
amazing
to shoulder with all those people. You're all just like raging. Like
for one purpose.
yeah, shit's fun, dude. So it's nice. The only thing that comes with that is like when it's so tight like that and like you've got someone who, and luckily I'm a decently tall guy, so I don't have this problem a lot. But you've got someone who's like 7'4" standing in front of you, and you're like, all right, well, fuck, dude. Like, you can't go anywhere because you have to push through walls of people.
What's funny though is usually those guys behind them, there's a gap because so many people can't see, so it leaves like this space. If you ever need like a breather, you stand behind this guy and you have nobody around you.
Yeah, yeah, he's just got a little pocket of air behind him.
For real, because it makes sense. They can't see. I wasn't behind, well, like not directly behind, but there's a guy further up in front of us at a show one time, and it was right around when Game of Thrones was still real big before they tanked that fucking show, and he was like 6'8", legit, and like huge, wide chest, big guy, and people were saying like Hodor to him. I don't know if you watch Game of Thrones, but
yeah,
he was super nice, so I kind of felt bad, and you could tell he was kind of like he felt bad just blocking the view, but I was like, man, that'd be nice. You can see anywhere you're at, no matter what.
Yeah, but then like it's not worth it because then you have people getting pissed at you everywhere you go. Just like, bro, get out of the fucking way.
Yeah, you probably get that because you're tall. I imagine.
Sometimes. It definitely happens sometimes where, especially like if you see like you're standing somewhere and you know there's like a 5'4" girl behind you.
Yeah.
Like, I just know for a fact that she can't see. So like sometimes I'll try to like, scooch over to like one side as much as I can to give her like a pocket. Maybe she can like see over my shoulder or whatever. But
so you have good concert etiquette. That seems to be lacking a lot, I think.
I try. Yeah, I mean, I try. I'm not trying to get in any fucking like fights or nothing.
And to me, you're going above and beyond because that's not necessarily like, I don't expect that. Like, you beat me here, you're in front of me. I can't expect you to try to swap me spots or nothing. It's like you doing that is like good guy Mason, for real.
If I was a really good guy, I would just let her stand in front of me, but I'm not that good of a guy.
But then that opens the door, everybody. So it ends up you going all the way back. Well, you're
yeah, true. It's like I let this girl stand in front of me, and then there's a 5'5" girl right behind her. Yeah, so.
Right. So I totally get that. Real quick, I want to get into the fight thing because it sounds like you were going to go somewhere with that. But when I went to Rage Against the Machine, finally after that occurred, we were moshing, metal, whatever. It's fun, dude. There was girls that were like 5 foot and had to look like they weighed 80 pounds in the middle of all that. How is that even?
Bro, because that has to be the scariest thing in the world.
Oh my gosh, my brother made a good point because he and I are both like 6 foot, so we are enough to see over. Even when there's tall dudes, you can like move and see something. So we can see out of the mass of people. And he was like, can you imagine being like squashed around and you can't even see? Like that would be so, I couldn't do that. I'd be so claustrophobic with just getting smashed around and you can't even see the show.
Yeah. Some people like that though. I remember, there's been controversy about it forever ago, but like Travis Scott concerts.
Yeah.
My friend went to one in Chicago, maybe? I don't know. But he was like, dude, the concert was so packed and people were like shoving people around so much that like there was one point where I couldn't breathe and I thought I was going to die. But he said it in the way of like, he said it in the way of like, and it was fucking awesome. Like,
it's fun till it's not.
It's fun till it's not. And then people are actually dying at Travis Scott concerts. But
Halloween, yeah, dude. And it's a crowd crush. Dude, there's like documentaries about this shit. It kind of scares me since I love getting into that.
Yeah.
But South Korea, did you see that? The Halloween party?
South Korea?
Yeah. So they had a huge Halloween festival like in the streets and the police didn't like they didn't direct the crowd enough to where like 150 people died from getting crushed, like what you said, like asphyxiation.
Oh my God, that is a lot of people.
Super sad, dude. Terrible because of what you just said. So like, I know what you mean because at the Raid show, I got so far to the front to where usually you'll get compressed and immediately you'll decompress. Like the crowd moves back. And when you're at the front, you compress and didn't undo it. Like you still, and I was like, nope. And I pushed out and got out of there because like because it immediately made me think of that. And I'm like, but they controlled it better. But still, dude, that's scary.
It's scary because like it happens a lot. Because like this story that I'm telling you about my friend, he told me this like 2 years before the people like actually died at the Travis Scott concert. Like,
jeez.
So you have to wonder how many concerts he's put on where people have felt like that and like almost. So
to touch on that, I feel like going back to concert etiquette, rap shows, they have very poor etiquette. Like when you mosh and stuff, like if somebody falls down, you stop, you pick them up. At like metal shows, and immediately everybody's super nice. Like, yeah, because everybody's there you want to push people around and stuff, but you're not like hurting people. You're just like jumping around and doing things. But Like I've been at rap shows with some that aren't like this, but when they get that way and they don't understand that, I don't know if it's because they're younger and they haven't been to enough shows, but it's just more like I'm gonna try to hurt you and screw you, and it's
Yeah, people get into it, especially like it's one of those things where if it's thousands of people and they're all like just getting violent, like you don't want to be the guy. Like you kind of get caught up in the like the mob mentality of it, and you're like, fuck everyone, like I'm
great
just
point.
gonna be violent. And someone falls down, you're like, fuck it, I'm just violent right now. Like
Man,
so, and a
yeah,
little bit is on the artist too. Not all of it, but like I've seen clips of artists be like, and that's where like there was a huge controversy with Travis Scott because he like didn't pay attention to shit. But
yeah.
like
There's
I've
an
seen
ambulance.
clips
He
of
didn't even stop.
exactly. So and you know you see clips of people like the artist will stop the show if they see someone being like, you know, they look like they're not good. They're like, are you good? Are you good? You good? Okay, cool. And then they'll start up again. And most of the time, like I think people think it's like, oh, but that like interrupts the show. But like people like clap for that shit. Like people don't mind that at
Yes,
all.
we're all there to have a good time. Nobody goes there to try to get. I want to go and get my ass beat. I doubt there's many people that go like that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. It's I'm not going to a concert thinking, yeah, I want someone to beat the fuck out. I want to get crushed in the crowd to the point where I can't breathe and I pass out. Like,
Yeah, man.
no, that's not what I'm going there for.
You want to have a good time. And I think you made a good point with, I think there should be like artist etiquette. Like they should know to stop shows if they see something, like see something, say something. Like you can
Yeah.
easily apply that to a show. It's not that difficult, in
And
my
it's one
opinion.
thing if they don't see it, then it's like, okay, you can't blame them because there's like thousands of people. But like in the case of like Travis Scott, where like he saw, like we know that he saw certain people doing this and he didn't do anything. So this is super outdated thing to bitch about, but it's still
It's always
relevant. It
relevant.
still
There's always
happens.
shows. Yeah,
Yeah.
no, I agree. And I think what really hit a nerve with a lot of people on it's like he saw that and he's like, you guys are getting rowdy. This is dope. Let's keep it going.
Yeah.
Like, come
Which,
on,
like,
man.
to a
There's
point, it is. Like, it's dope when people get rowdy and, like, get violent and shit like
within
that.
reason.
But you have
Yeah.
to stop it. You have to stop it when people start getting actually hurt.
So there's a lot of etiquette things like with the concert stuff where people will one of my favorites is if you like bump into some like lightly bump into someone standing there, brush shoulders with someone in general admission, and they get all huffy.
They get all big. They're
You're
like, what? What?
you're at a fucking rock show in general admission. You're gonna brush shoulders. Like nobody
Yeah.
intentionally smashed into you. Like I'm not saying not even moshing, like just standing there.
Right. Well, it's like,
That one kills me.
yeah, you don't get your little, like, bubble if you're at a, especially
Yes.
general admission. Like,
Yes.
like that
No
just doesn't
bubbles.
happen. No bubble. You want people not to touch you? Go pay extra for better seats. And it's like,
Boom.
what?
Get a seat.
Like, what is your problem? Like, you're just like, I'm just like brushing your shoulder. Like, did I hurt you? Sorry. Like, and you were just talking about how like that's like part of what makes concerts fun is that everyone's like crowded and you're all just like, you know, like vibing. But
Well, and have you ever had an instance where I bumped into somebody like that? Like either I get put, whatever happens, and I'm like, oh, sorry, like you're good, and then like I throw something else in, like, oh, this, like you say something, and then you start talking, and then you like meet people.
then
So
you made a
fucking
friend.
cool,
Yeah.
dude. It's so fun.
Not
I've
an
had that
enemy.
happen. It's awesome. Yes, exactly. And then like like it's just fun. Not that has to happen where you meet like become a friend, but just trying to kind of let them know, like, oh, I didn't mean to do this. Sorry, like like it
Right. It's
wasn't
just good
malicious.
manners.
Dude, yeah. So maybe a solution to some of this, and I think it wouldn't be too hard. On the video boards, there's always video boards that shows in between the artists, whatever, like have a list of concert etiquette, like something real small, and have the guy read it off. Takes 2 minutes.
Have the
And that can
artist
make a
read it
difference.
off.
Just like usually there's a show host or something, or like somebody at the venue.
Yeah.
Just something like, if
Yeah,
you
but
brush
sometimes
into-
like the transition between artists is kind of like smooth to the point where you don't want anything in between that, you know? Which like especially if like one artist is like featured on this guy's song and they do that song and then it goes into that featured artist playing his own shit.
there's
know,
I'm
like-
saying when they're in between setting up and teardown, there's always like a 10, 15 minute.
Yeah.
Like just because they usually just play music in between then, which is cool, but just like have that play like twice or something. Because I think some
Right.
people just genuinely don't know, and if they would see that, they'd be like, "Oh, okay," because then it just kind of gets everybody on the same page ish. It's not a solvent, but
And I think I'm kind of a believer in that like people don't normally pay attention to that kind of stuff, but I do think that would help a little bit. because it's the kind of thing where I was talking about like the mob mentality, where like you just get into it, like that would take you out of it and just be like,
Yeah.
okay, I know we're all having fun and like keep having fun, but like pay attention to this shit.
No, that's a good point, dude. I agree with you. I think it just kind of grounds it a little bit. Because then they can also, then you could say, we also advised this. So it almost,
Yeah.
I don't know if that works that way legally or not, but I'm sure it doesn't hurt.
Right. I mean, I'm sure the venue can promote stuff like that because it's on the venue for stuff like, I mean, going back to the Travis Scott thing, like now I think people like broke through security or whatever, so it's a little bit not their fault, but like
more security,
but like it's on the venue when it's over capacity and stuff like that happens, because then it's like, all right, well that's on you guys. Like you weren't supposed to have that many people in there.
Enforce it better. Yeah, I agree with you. Because they're making enough money, they could have more security, whatever. Because just touching on the Travis Scott issue, that show was sponsored by Apple.
Oh, I didn't even know that.
Oh yeah, because they had to. I think they pulled the video down after or something because they didn't want their name associated with it. I mean, it makes sense, but there's deep pockets there. You know what I mean? So I know they don't host it, but whatever.
I do. I mean,
you know.
I kind of have to feel for them though, because like I don't know what amount of security. Because I mean, it was like thousands of people rushing the gates at that concert. So like, part of me is like, well, what security stops that? You know, that's not like brute force shit. You know,
there's a reason. There's people and jobs to figure this out, and not us.
Yeah, it's true. It's very true. I'm acknowledging that it might be a difficult job.
But there's ways to do it, man. You know, because there's safe shows and not safe shows. So
yeah, I just think that like not every show do thousands of people try to rush the gates.
That's true. It's not as simple as like put more security. I get what you mean, because it goes into like him not kind of inciting some things, like getting the
it would have to be
the people going.
I mean, it has to be. I'm kind of thinking more like venue structure type stuff. So like, if it's just like an outside venue and all you have are these little like 3 foot tall, like little gate, you know what I'm talking about? Like just like the barricades. Metal poles, basically. Like people are gonna jump over that shit. People are gonna like maybe it has to be the thing where like security is farther away from where the concert actually is to where they can set up like actual barriers and shit. So
no, that makes total sense. I get it. I think those are kind of more, as much as I just said, not simple. There's kind of more clear cut answers for that with the etiquette thing. But going back on the blocking the views of other people, when people get mad at that, I've had someone, I'm in kind of a tighter show, and there wasn't a lot of people there, and I'd been there for a long time, and they're already performing, and people come in, and this guy, it looked like they're trying to weave their way to the front, and they stopped literally right in front of me. Like, I'm telling you, man, I could like kiss the back of his neck if I moved my lips forward. That's how close this dude was. And I just went, "Are you serious?" And he turned around and I was like, I'm like, "You just stopped literally inches in front of my face. Like, that's not how you do this. Go, like, either get behind me or move. That's not how this worked." And it was already tight. Like, it wasn't a big gap for people to stand. Like, I had to move to let them through, if that makes sense. And then when I say something to me, so I don't even remember what ended up happening. I got like to the side of them or something. But like that's one thing you don't do that. Like, that's just a total asshole move. There's no way you can justify that, because they weren't meeting someone there. They just stopped and they were just trying to get closer. And
you would like moved as if they were gonna like keep walking.
Yeah, I thought like, they were scooting by to get up some whatever. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not gonna be an enforcer. I'm not that guy.
It's like,
but
like you can't get by here.
And you see me, man. I'm not gonna make a wall at all. When I mosh, there's two ways to mosh. Either you can bounce people off you. I look at it like pinball. You're a bumper. Or you're the pinball. I'm a pinball. I get pushed wherever they push me. I go where they push me, and it's fun. But now we can kind of shift a little bit, the whole blocking somebody's view thing. There's to switch from etiquette to like manners. When I was doing a video for Purdue basketball on the sidelines, there was a time. So before the game, people just like kind of go wherever and take videos of warm-ups. But we have assigned spots, and it's like seniority with whatever news station was there first, so-and-so.
Yeah.
So it's well before the game starts, one game. And I'm standing whatever spot. It's not my actual spot. I'm just taking video. And this guy, like, I'm facing this way in one direction. This guy comes up and he's kind of in my peripheral. And I've seen him a bunch. Like, I've been there a bunch. So I've talked to some of these guys.
Right.
And he's just standing there like hovering. And you know when you like sense someone's like looking at you or whatever?
Yeah.
And I'm taking video and look, and he's just like giving me this death stare. And he's like close to me, and I like took a step back, and he sits down. So I'm standing in the guy's spot inadvertently. Didn't realize everybody's standing around. Like it's not like I'm
Right.
out of place. And instead of the management like, hey, I want to sit my spot you're standing in. Is it cool? Like, can you get out of the way? Even like that would have like, oh yeah, sorry, just get out. Like I'm out of place. But to just stand there and dude couldn't even say a word and then get all like, yeah, you got out of my way when you sit down. What the fuck? You're a grown ass man. Just
Yeah,
say
and
something to
don't
me
get
like,
all
hey, can you get out of
big
my way?
and tough. Don't get all big and tough if you can't even be like, hey man, like even politely,
Right.
just like, hey man, like I don't mean to be rude, but like you're in my way, like you're in my spot. Because
Yeah.
anybody taking video or anything like that, like none of those guys
working.
are ever gonna be like, well, too bad, I'm taking video here. Like that's not how that works. So don't
No.
if you're too coward to just say like, hey man, you're in my spot, don't get all big and tough when he moves for you, when he's like polite to you.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes, that kind of, I didn't get like mad or anything, but I said, okay. And I like laughed because I was so baffled by what just happened.
Yeah, it's ridiculous, man. That just no fucking manners from anyone. It seems like anymore. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, people just don't know how to act.
Yeah. What's one that strikes you? That was a good one.
So for me, I've talked about this a lot on the pod. I've worked in a lot of like customer service where it's like I've worked in 3 restaurants, a car wash, you know, like all this stuff.
Oh yeah.
When people like don't know how to treat customer service people, that irks me to no end, dude. Like
Good.
there,
Yeah.
especially, and I've said this before about the car wash. People would walk in, and you know maybe I didn't do a good enough job, or maybe like they wanted something specific done and I didn't do it. Like they will treat me like I am the dumbest person in the world and be like, well, fucking like get that. Like how could you not get that? I've had people yell at me before there to the point where I've told them like there was this one guy one time. He had like this orange BMW. It was actually disgusting.
Ugh.
Yeah, it would have been a nice car if it was like any other color, but it was
Orange?
disgusting.
Like a burnt orange, or was it like a bright
Yeah, no,
orange?
it wasn't even like a cool orange. It was like shit orange. So, because honestly, I like the color orange. To be honest with you, like if it was like something maybe a little brighter than this, you know, but like no, it was like literal shit orange. So this guy, and he thinks he's got like this super nice car, and he's like better than everyone. You know, he's one of those guys, which you know he does have a nice car. He's got an expensive car. It just looks like shit. So
there's stereotypes about Beamers. So
yeah, exactly. So first of all, this guy comes in. His car is already clean as fuck. Like he doesn't need a car wash. So it goes through the car wash, and I'm like drying it off or whatever. I get in the inside. I'm like wiping off the already spotless cup holders and like all this shit. And then he, you know, I call him over. Car's done. He comes over and he starts nitpicking like all these like tiny things, like spots I'm not even seeing genuinely. He's like, "There's a spot right here," and I'm like, "Where?" He's like, "Right here." I'm like, "Okay." Like I don't see it, but I'll like wipe off the area
just
that
the
he
peas.
says, and
Yeah.
I'll just be like, "Yeah, that's better." I'm like, "Okay, buddy."
It's the same.
And so yeah, he does this for probably like 20 minutes to the point where he's like, "How are you not seeing this? Like, are you new here? Like, do you even know how to do your job? Like, I could do this so much better than you. Like, all this stuff." I'm like,
nope,
buddy. Like, you got to calm down. And he gets to the point where like because it gets to a point where like if people are rude to me in customer service, it's like, okay, there's a certain amount of leeway that I'm going to give you where it's like,
yeah,
okay,
you're
I'm
still
going to be
human.
nice to you. I'm going to let this slide for a little bit, but then you push it too far and it's like, all right, buddy, this is not how this works. Like you don't get to come and like treat a guy who makes minimum wage like that. Like, no,
Yeah,
that's not how
you don't get paid to put up with
works.
that shit.
Exactly. So we get kind of like in a little bitching match, and he goes, and at this point, my manager, and not just my manager, like the store owner is like walking by behind me because he like sees all this happening, and he's like big homie, like stuff like this has happened before, and he's been like on my side through all of it, so like he gets it. And it gets to the point where the guy's like, "I'm never coming back here again. Y'all just lost a customer," and I was like, "Good, we don't want you back." And then he drove away. My manager was like, my manager literally comes up to me after. He goes, "Thank you for not telling that guy to come back. I do not want to deal with his ass." Like,
nice. See, it's good, man. You stood up for yourself because that's horseshit.
Yeah. So, and it happens like it happens at every restaurant I've worked at. I guess I was a pizza cook at Purdue, so it didn't happen there because I didn't deal with people. But anywhere where I've dealt with people, people have just
It's just
had
customer
absolutely
service.
no idea of how to act, just no manners whatsoever. And
Yep.
I can't imagine treating someone that way.
Dude,
Like
same.
as a customer, I can't imagine it genuinely.
And it's that I love the kind of what people go by where if you're on a date and the person you're with treats wait staff terribly, that says a lot about that person.
Oh, that's an
That's such a
instant
good metric.
ghosting right there.
Yeah, dude. That I do not. Nope. That's a no from me, dog. You're gonna do that crap.
Yeah. So it's big stuff like that that bothers me. I will say it's like kind of the little stuff that I'm even a little bad at. I'll admit. I don't know what it is. I think so. At work, I sit in front of basically this giant computer that's behind me. There's like this table in front of me, and then there's two people sitting like on the other side of the table.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, there's fans blowing like constantly right behind me, and I think it's like kicking dust up or something. So like I sneeze a lot at work. Not like an inconvenient
Like
amount,
chronic,
but like
yeah.
but like 4 or 5 times a day at least I'll sneeze. And every time, and I like most people do this, so like it's not that big a thing, but like every time the two people sitting across from me be like, bless you, and I'm like, thank you. But then when they sneeze, I never like it never clicks in my head. I never notice it. So I never say bless you to them. And it
Oh,
always
what is
like
wrong?
I
No.
don't know, dude, because like it just doesn't click in my head. Like I'm doing my work and they just sneeze, but it's like background noise. Like I don't even hear it. And then I'll hear one of them say bless you to the other guy, and then it's too late for me to say bless you because then like I didn't, like
They're blessed. So they're blessed. That's all right, I
they
guess.
got blessed, but like I feel bad because I'm getting blessed all day, and then when they need the blessings, I'm not there to reciprocate.
You're a
It's
taker, not a giver.
exactly, and I feel bad, man. I want to be a giver.
That's dude. So I've got people mad at me over that before. So I am there's two stories to this that are pretty funny. I'll start with this one. First day on a job I had years ago. We're in a warehouse. There's only 3 of us, and it's an older guy. He's in his like 40s, I think. And he sneezes, and I was just like, bless you. Just, it's a courtesy thing. I am not religious. I don't view it as like I'm literally blessing you. It's just like a manner thing for
Right.
me. And he looks at me like this. That's why he goes, I'm atheist. And I said, okay. It was my first day. What the fuck?
Like...
Dude, what response is that? Like, one, that was so appalled just because of what he, like, what? And then later it was hilarious. And I still tell people this to this day because that was one of my favorite stories. And him being like, how dare you? I'm 8. Like, one, am I supposed to know this? Like,
Yeah,
you have a badge that says.
Second of all, has the guy ever sneezed before? Like, do the people in his life know him to the point where like, do not say bless you to Jerry. Do not fucking do it. Like,
Bro,
he will get deeply offended.
It was so funny. Like, I've never once have I heard that since or up until that point. Because if somebody says that to you, do you view it as they're like blessing you?
No,
like,
I don't even think that like bless like in general. I don't view that as religious at all, really, unless you're talking about it in a religious context. Because it's like you'll hear, especially like fucking like high school and like college athletes when they post on Instagram, they'll be like, "I'm blessed." You know, it's like they're not talking about like I mean, maybe they are, but like
priest blessed me.
Right. No, I'm just viewing it as like I am like lucky to have this opportunity. You know, like I'm lucky to be living the life that I'm in. So like it doesn't strike me as religious at all unless it's said in a religious context. So that's ridiculous.
Dude, so funny though. Like to this day, one of my favorite ones. I'm atheist in his face.
I'm atheist. Like, fuck
First
off,
day I met the guy.
I'll pray for you. How about that?
Oh, that was yes, dude. That's so good. One of my uncles from like way back, whatever. When somebody sneezed, instead of saying "bless you," he would do like the motion where like Catholics do. He would do it to you, like in the air, like he was blessing you. It was so fucking funny. That's one of my favorite ones too.
So maybe fucking atheist Jerry over there might take a little bit of offense to that. I could see that. Even still, screw
that
you.
One I don't do random people by any means. I really wouldn't do that. I just thought that was hilarious.
Just like
okay, story number 2 about the whole blessing of sneezing thing.
Okay.
So I'm a big on, it's a manners thing. I want to do it, and I feel like people should do it. It's like a courtesy thing. So if I sneeze and no one says it around me, I don't think anything of it. I just say, bless me, thank me. Like, I bless myself, I thank myself. I did some work. Oh, what?
No, go on. Finish your story.
Oh, okay. Well, you might. Okay, hold on. So I did this around someone, and they were like, okay. Like, got all shitty with me that I did that. And I was like, what? And they're like, that's kind of rude. I'm like, it's rude you didn't say bless you. So
okay, it is, but it's not. Like, he just didn't process it, all right? I feel him.
Then why does it matter if I bless myself?
Because that's petty.
I don't yell it like, bless me. I'm just like, bless me. Thank me. You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I get, but were you saying it to be like, fucking, you didn't.
Oh, I'm
you
an
didn't bless
instigator.
me, so I'm gonna point it out by saying, bless me myself. Like,
yeah, for sure. Yeah, there's some with that.
That's petty.
But this could all be avoided if you would have blessed me in the first place.
But what if he's like me and he just like doesn't process it? You know what I mean? Like,
so then that person, I'm gonna say not you, that person.
No, make it personal. Go for it.
You can view it as a reminder then to be like, oh man, I feel bad. I didn't bless this guy. He had to bless himself.
It doesn't matter. I won't remember next time. Genuinely, because I get a reminder every time at work when someone sneezes and the other person that's not me says bless you and I don't. That's always my reminder to be like, fuck, like I forgot, like I didn't bless him.
See,
and then
it's just a
the next time
reminder.
They sneeze, right over my head. It doesn't matter. The reminder doesn't matter. It doesn't make it any less background noise. I had no idea this would apply
in this scenario. This is great. That's fucking good, dude. That's understandable. I get like, so again, I fucking instigate. So I want to be like, yeah, you should have said this. I'm offended. I'm not really offended, but
you sound offended. All right,
we're here to bitch.
Bless me, thank me. Yeah, fuck you. You sound offended as hell.
I don't say it like that necessarily. I really do keep it short. Like, bless me, thank me. Like, so then, but I want to get reactions sometimes. Okay, now that I'm thinking more about this, I think it was when I started doing this way more. I worked at AT&T for 4 years and was like a salesperson, but we do customer service essentially. So if it's like a mean ass fucking customer and they don't do it, hell yeah, I want to be like, oh, bless me, thank me, like.
And you're the customer service professional. You're gonna be petty if
no, they're already being a dickhead. Oh, they're already being because our thing. People have to remember, it's not like I'm a cashier and it's in and out. Like sometimes I was with people for 2-3 fucking hours, the same people at the same table.
Yeah.
So it's more of a intimate quote unquote setting. Okay. So if you're being a dick,
I get it if they're already being an asshole. But
yes,
but you just have to know that. The only reason I get it is because they're being an asshole and you're being an asshole back to them. Okay, you're not in the right. Because here's my thing. First of all, the bless you thing like already doesn't really make any sense. Like you just sneeze. Why do I have to bless you?
No, I agree. So entirely.
If you're over here saying like no, you have to bless me every time I sneeze, like. It's a courtesy thing. You either get it or you don't. And if you get it, it's a thank you. If you don't get it, you shut the fuck up.
Dude, no, I totally agree. I think it's dumb in the first place to start. I know that sounds so stupid because me weighing on it. And I think I view it as, it's more of a courtesy manner thing in a similar vein as I view Merry Christmas. Again, not religious. I have no connotation with that. It's just more of, like, if I say Merry Christmas to you, it's me just saying like, thanks, whatever. You know what I mean? It's just, I'm laying that courtesy on the table. So when some people are like, I don't believe in Christmas. Like, I'm not saying you need to. That's,
happy
you know
holidays.
What I mean?
Are you happy?
Right. Like that one, like whatever. It's just, if you told me whatever, like another form of Merry Christmas that supports a different holiday around that same time, I would never be. Yeah. Okay. I couldn't think of that. I would never be offended. Like, okay, cool. Like, you're happy
that's
about
like
this
funny.
time.
Like, if someone comes up to me, especially knowing that I'm not Jewish, and he's like, Happy Hanukkah, I'd be like, Happy Hanukkah, motherfucker. Like,
yeah, dope. You hit me with it. That's good.
To me, though, is a little bit like more, not expected, but like Merry Christmas to me, or like Happy Holidays or whatever, is the same as like Happy Birthday. because it's like
Okay.
a
Yeah.
holiday and you're like acknowledging it. Now it's not the same because it's not your birthday. So like if it's your birthday, that's a holiday that like surrounds you. So like saying happy birthday is kind of expected, you know?
Yeah.
That's
I
more than
agree.
polite. That's just, you know. So Merry Christmas is a little bit less than that because like it's not a holiday that revolves around you. So it's more just kind of like how you doing, you know?
Yeah. No, that's
But
understandable. Real quick on the birthday thing. If it's your birthday and people like say your friends forget to tell you happy birthday or something, are you upset?
no, not really. If because like I don't remember a lot of my friends' birthdays. I have a friend that I've known since first grade. I like I still don't know his birthday, like genuinely.
No,
And like
that's
most of
fair,
my
dude.
friends, I don't. I have two friends that actually have the same birthday as me. So
No shit.
that yeah, two of them.
Are you guys the
And
same
so
age?
yeah, we were all born
Oh,
April
that was
13th,
a good
2000.
day.
Yeah, so it's a good day. And also one of those friends, his girlfriend has a dog whose birthday is also the same day.
What the fuck? Okay,
So
so nine
me
months
and
before was
three
a
other
busy
living
time.
people. Yeah. And then so one of my other friends, his birthday is exactly 13 days after all of our birthdays, and our birthday's on the 13th.
That's
So his
so
birthday is
weird.
really
It's
easy to remember
26th.
too.
That's one of my
Yeah.
friends.
Really?
Yeah, that's funny. So the opposite of that, I'm real big in telling people happy birthday because if you remember and tell them, dude, that makes some people's fucking day. I absolutely love that so much because I
Yeah,
enjoy
for
when people
sure.
tell me. So on Apple software, if you add somebody's birthday to their contacts, it shows up in your calendar and reminds you. And that has been a fucking godsend because otherwise I wouldn't know so many
Yeah.
people's.
I need to start doing that honestly because it like I genuinely don't. There's one of my friends for like I don't know why. I think it maybe had to do with like one time she had her party on like a separate day that she had her birthday, but like it's like 2 days. It's like September 14th or 17th, and every year I'm like I have to check with her other friends to be like it's the 17th, right? It's not the 14th. They're like yeah, like
Hey, but that's I think where that's a thought that counts falls in. Like if you're early and you miss it, you try like you didn't forget. You were proactive and tried to
yeah.
do it. I don't think anybody can really fault you for that,
Well, and
unless
I
it's
think in my head maybe this is just coping, but like I I'm taking that as I did remember your birthday. You know, like I remembered
yeah,
that it
no,
was
I
on the
yeah,
17th. I just also remembered that something birthday related happened on the 14th, so I wasn't 100% sure, you know?
yeah. I would take that if somebody did that. So apparently, my mom, the due date, I was due the 6th of February, but my birthday's the 8th. So like half of my family, because they're older, is like always thinks it's the 6th, and I don't ever get upset about that. Totally makes sense because they remembered a date and they knew it was coming. So like totally
Yeah.
makes sense. You know what I mean? So I never feel bad. Like you're actively trying to do it. I put way more thought in this than normal. I don't know why. I just think
Yeah.
it's fun. Like I like to trace I found out I'm like a lot Irish after doing 23andMe, and that's like a big thing with them, I guess, is like you want reasons to celebrate and do stupid shit. So I'm always like, it's your birthday, let's fucking go get drunk. Like I
Yeah.
want a reason to party or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
So I think
definitely.
it's just
And
fun.
yeah, and I think I mean we kind of touched on the solution to it is just like and it has to do with manners too. Is like just put in the effort, you know? Like it's not
Hmm.
really as like solid of a solution, I guess, as some of our other ones have been. But like with the
Calendar
birthday
app,
thing, it's
baby.
just like put it in your calendar and then it notifies you. Or like with
Yeah,
the
it's fun.
concert stuff, just like put in the effort to like notice the 5'4" girl behind you and kind of scoot to the side a little bit. So that, you know, like just put
Yeah.
in the effort. Or like
Aware of your
same thing with people
surroundings.
that are like falling down in crowded concerts. Like just notice stuff and handle it.
Yeah,
You know.
I
So
agree. On the real quick, completely unrelated in a way, but the falling down at concerts at the Rage show, I was with my older brother who got me into Rage. So that was like literally, I remember being a kid, like I want to see them live, and they didn't tour. This was their first tour in 11 years. So like it was a big moment, and we were moshing, and he fell, and I like caught him, like so I could be like it was just so fucking cool in the moment. It's
that
so pointless, but it was a cool fucking thing at the time.
is
So
cool,
yeah,
man.
you catch people if they fall.
Exactly. Catch people if they fall. Put birthdays in your calendars. Notice shit that's happening around you. Try to say bless you to people. That's not really a solution. That's just something that we've all known. Don't be petty and say bless me, thank me. Be understanding of people. All right.
Hope I have a sneeze fit around you now, man. This is gonna be so funny.
Oh, you bet. You got it coming.
I'm done with you, Josh. You motherfucker.
Yeah. Fuck, man. Fuck.
You've
Never
learned
gonna
at this
remember.
point, us doing all this and the growth we've made in our friendship during this. I think you've realized I instigate some shit.
You're a bit of an instigator, yeah. But I think because here's the great thing about this podcast. I don't know if we've mentioned this on the pod yet or not, but like for the listener, like me and Josh weren't really like close when we started this.
Yeah.
Like we literally met in class, and then I mean we probably had 2 total conversations before our first episode.
Yeah, I would agree.
Something like that. Like
I think.
so we've grown closer as friends as this all has gone on, and I think the beauty of this is now that we get to talking like this, you know that I'm not going to say bless you. You're aware of that.
And I'm excited now.
so
like, yes, stir that fucking pot.
Yeah,
stir that shit.
I know you're going to stir the pot, and it is what it is. But at least you know now. At least you know. That's the kind of thing that you're finding out now, rather than if you were just like a normal, just like one of my homeboys, that I met any other way. You'd have to find out by me repeatedly not saying bless you, and then that causes a thing.
And I love it for one, because you're like, I'm not gonna fucking do it. And to me, even better. I'm glad you're not. I don't want you to cave.
I'm actually, even if I remember to when you sneeze now, I'm just not. Fuck you.
Good. That's fine. I won't take offense. I think it's funny. But to my defense, real quick on that, I have four older siblings, so I think that's why I instigate, because I would just grown to like.
Yeah,
I want to know you. Not that it's justified, but it is fun.
I have 3 siblings, but I'm the second oldest, so
so you're the caretaker.
Maybe I get like it's more the kind of thing where like if I'm instigating, like I'm the bad guy for sure.
That's fair.
Like
Mason, you're not supposed to be doing this.
Exactly. Yeah. So
that's understandable. We had some good bitches, I think, today. Ticketmaster, there was one we can always revisit, but we'll post that in our socials.
That has been 2 concert episodes in a row, actually. So.
No, that's true. We're big concert guys, though.
Well, big concert guys. Say that, I haven't really been to a lot of concerts, but
rookie numbers, we got to bump them up.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, thanks for listening. Be sure to follow us on Instagram. We're at Critical Solutions Official. And our website's www.criticalsolutionspodcast.com. Check us out.
It's www. 3 W's.
Did I not say it that?
Out. No, you do it every time. Visit our website at www.criticalsolutionspodcast.com.
Listen to Mason. Don't listen to me.
You did get the Instagram handle right. Critical Solutions Official. Yes,
rate us. I didn't read that, by the way. That was off memory.
There you go.
Rate us, please. Leave comments. Let us know what you want to hear.